A gunman involved in the attack that killed 18 tourists at the Bardo Museum in Tunis was known to the authorities, Tunisia's prime minister has said. Habib Essid told RTL Radio that security services had flagged up Yassine Laabidi, but were not aware of anything specific or of any links to known militant groups. 3 Tunisians, a police officer among them, also died in Wednesday's attack. Both gunmen were also killed. A search is on for suspects linked to them. 2 or 3 accomplices are still at large, an Interior Ministry spokesman told AFP news agency. The spokesman said both attackers were probably Tunisian. The second gunman has been named as Hatem Khachnaoui. The tourists killed in the attack include visitors from Japan, Italy, Colombia, Australia, France, Poland, and Spain, officials said. Tunisia's health minister said a British woman had also been killed, but gave no further details. On Thursday, 3 people, 2 Spanish tourists and 1 Tunisian museum worker, were found at the museum after having hidden there overnight, police said. Officials say more than 40 people, including tourists and Tunisians, were injured. The gunmen were killed after holding tourists hostage for several hours at the museum. Speaking after the attack on national TV, Tunisia's President Beji Caid Essebsi said the country would not be cowed by terror attacks. These monstrous minorities do not frighten us, he said. We will resist them until the deepest end without mercy. At the time of the attack, deputies in the neighboring parliament building were discussing anti-terrorism legislation. Sayeda Ounasi, an MP, told BBC Radio 4's Today programme that the security services had said the gunman had originally planned to attack Parliament. A statement released by a jihadist media outlet gave a similar account, saying the gunman began killing tourists after being repelled by police at the Parliament. The statement did not say which group carried out the attack. Many Tunisians took to the streets of central Tunis to protest against the attack, waving flags and lighting candles outside the museum. World leaders condemned the attack and expressed their support for Tunisia's counter-terrorism efforts. The UN Security Council issued a statement saying no terrorist action could reverse Tunisia's path towards democracy. The statement offered condolences to those affected by the attack, and called for the perpetrators to be brought to justice. The attack is a huge blow for Tunisia's tourism industry and its government, which only emerged at the end of a long political transition several months ago, the BBC's Arab Affairs editor Sebastian Usher says. Islamist militants have tried to derail the democratic transition, which, although fragile, remains the most positive result of the Arab Spring in the Middle East, our correspondent adds. Tourism is a key sector of Tunisia's economy, with large numbers of Europeans visiting the country's resorts. In 2002, 19 people, including 11 German tourists, were killed in a bomb blast at a synagogue in the resort of Jerba. Al-Qaeda said it had carried out that attack. Concerns about security in Tunisia have increased in recent months as neighboring Libya has become increasingly unstable. A large number of Tunisians have also left to fight in Syria and Iraq, triggering worries that returning militants could carry out attacks at home.